Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Ultimate Racing League Manufacturers Series. We are here at Round 1 at Le Mans to follow up this morning's action from the Group 4s in League 2. We now have the Group 3 race in League 2, where these faster machines are going to come out to play. If you haven't watched it, go back to the link in the description where you'll be able to watch all of the action from the first race. It was an exciting race, lots of overtakes, lots of penalties, and lots of nose-to-tail racing throughout. And the outcome of that race will be reflected in the grid order now, because we are going in reverse grid order, starting not with the winner of the last race, though. We are starting with Itsumi Dan, who was very unlucky in the first race. He had a disconnect. So here he is on his medium tyres in the McGrath Racing Ferrari. I think it's a Ferrari 458, that is. He will be starting dead last, relying on his mascot Speedy Gonzalez on the side of the car there to bring him some fortune, using those mediums to good effect to come through the grid. Because he disconnected, it does mean he has to start in last, even though he finished last in that first race because of his disconnect. But moving on to someone who definitely didn't finish last in the first race this morning, we say hello to Carlsberg, who is starting on the hard tyres in his Lexus RCF, sponsored by Petronas here. Car 177 is Carlsberg. He won the opening race this morning, so everyone say congratulations to Carlsberg on his win. It does mean that he has to start down at the back. Moving one step further forwards, Robert this morning made a fantastic comeback through the field. He was involved in a first lap incident and demoted down to the back of the field, but he fought his way through like a lion in his Ferrari 458, and he joins us in the bigger brother of that Ferrari for this afternoon's race. In the number 2 Robert Racing Ferrari, he will be starting on hard tyres. Moving further forwards one other spot, we have a sister Ferrari on the grid here. This is Keyboard Captain in the Rizzler themed Ferrari, starting on mediums. Going one step further ahead, we have the Penske Porsche Ninky here. It is going to be starting on the hard tyres. So we've got a mixture of tyres up and down the grid here. So some on mediums and some on hards. Reminder, they've got to use both compounds during the race. But Ninky electing to start on the harder tyres. Will be interesting to see whether he can hold off the people behind him in that Porsche 911 RSR in the Penske livery. And talking of Porsches, so finishing just behind him in the previous race was Rufus, who now gets the pleasure of starting one step further forwards. Rufus is splitting the strategy between the Porsches here, starting on the mediums. So we should get a direct comparison back to Ninky, how well those mediums fare, but then he's going to have to hold it off for the second half of the race. That is Rufus in his factory-entered Porsche 911 RSR. Next, we've got a brilliant livery. This one really puts a smile on my face. So we've got another Lexus here. This one belonging to Hoyland. It will be starting on the hard tyres with the great livery here from Frosties. And we'll be sure to look out for that very standout livery throughout the race. Moving up to the sharp end of the grid now, we are into the top half of the grid. So everyone say hello to Frank. He had a very, frankly, disappointing race. Sorry, I'm going to make so many puns as we go on. He had a lot of bad luck in that first race, showed a lot of promise. I hope that he does better in this one, because I get a feeling that he could be in with a good shout here tonight. And even his Nissan GTR is saying, "Come here, yes, come here, you." you're in trouble. Or maybe it's saying come here for a hug, who knows. Anyway, that's the number 25 of Frank starting on the hard tyres. So he'll have some defending to do, no doubt, into the opening few corners until those hards get up to temperature. And we've got a consistent livery here with the Group 4, so a lot of people splitting their liveries, making me remember more people from their liveries, but one that really doesn't need any test of the memory is Saint with his Logitech Porsche 911. Saint starting on the hard tyres. And another person who had some misfortune in the first race, and that is Osnad in the BMW M6. Starting on medium tyres in this Crossfinity liveried BMW. Yes, he was running well until he hit a nasty curb and span around. So the positive is that he does get to start a little bit higher up here. Which BMW is it? Is it the Sprint or is it the Endurance? It is the Sprint version, I believe. I don't know the difference in terms of performance, but there's two versions of this car. This is the Sprint one, you can tell because it doesn't have extra headlights. So anyway, me being a nerd aside, that is Oxnard on the medium tyres. And now we go up to Hawkeye with a distinctive Makita Drills livery here. My dad would be proud. He loves his Makita Drill, does my dad. Hawkeye in the Volkswagen Beetle, such a characterful looking car there. He will be starting the race on hards. And let's not trip over the cameraman as we move forwards. So, talking of bad luck, it was a story of bad luck for a lot of drivers in that first race. And no more unlucky than Tidders, who has no doubt had words with his pit crew and said, "What are you doing? You put me on the wrong tyres." Yes, he was actually first across the line in this morning's race, but he got sent to the back of the grid for failing to use both compounds of tyre. So let's see if he's had a word with the pit crew this race. Tidders in this rather plain but effective looking, I'm going to say, I've got to say, the Ukrainian flag does come to mind, but I think it's actually a nod to Michelin's colours. We'll speculate as the race goes on, but he is at least in the driving seat for this race because he only has to pass one car. And who is that? Well, we're going to be hungry during this race. I have got a craving for a cream egg. It is Sid the Sloth, starting on the hard tyres with a beautifully executed Cadbury livery. Oh, you could just eat this car. They're both in the same car. They are both in Jaguar F-types. I forgot to shout that out. So that is our lineup. So without further ado, let's go to the start of the race. To get the second race of the day underway, Sid the Sloth has the honour of leading us across the start line. Any minute now, here we go, and we are go, go, go. Sid the Sloth accelerates his way down the start straight. We've got a nice, gentle right-hand corner to get us underway, and there will be nerves up and down the grid, but none more so than Sid the Sloth. And oh no, he's gone wide and then had to pinch the apex. Tidders immediately taking a full advantage of that. I saw a few other cars off in the background there as well. Hard to say who. There was a lot happening there, but Hawkeye follows through in third place as we enter into the Ted Rouge S's, and Sid the Sloth going off again, doing his best to get out of everyone's way. Bit of contact there. Hawkeye on Alsnerd. And Hawkeye, he's too tight and runs just a bit wide. Maybe he'll get a penalty, but I think he backs out of it, so he'll get away with that, I think. He's following down into the slipstream now. We can see Hoyland did get a penalty in the background, and there are cars left, right and centre here following in the slipstream. It is a typical Le Mans lap one. The Saint following Frank very closely here, trying to maybe get into his slipstream. Beautiful camera work from our camera team here. As we come down into the first chicane, is he going to get him on braking? Not quite, can't quite do it. We've got Hoyland following behind with Hawkeye regrouping. Rufus having a good start, but he's being shadowed by keyboard captain in that Ferrari. And talking of Ferraris, we've got 2 Ferraris running, lying astern. The newer Ferraris in 9th and 10th. Robert Racing and Itsumi Dan. I think we're going to be seeing fireworks from these guys throughout the race. And Itsumi Dan following closely behind Robert. He has got a penalty, but he's on the medium tyres compared to Robert's hards. So can he do him on the brakes down into the second hairpin? He's got his nose in front and he's claimed that inside apex of the second part of the turn. And look at this, we've got a traffic jam up in front of us. There are cars left, right and centre. I wouldn't know where to put my car here. We've got Hawkeye bringing up the rear. He's right on the back of keyboard captain here. He's got to make a decision coming down into the Mulsanne. Do I stay behind? Do I take a dive? He's gone to the right. He's gone to the far right. There's no grip out there, Hawkeye. You'll really struggle to get that car slowed down. He's on the outside. He's on the outside, and he's found no grip on that outside. Cutting back right in front of Robert there. Robert doing very well and not turning around. We can see Ninky off in the background down there as well. So we've got Dan sizing up Rufus. We have got Hoyland as the car in front, but I'm going to go on board here. So see Saint versus Frank. He's all over the backside of Frank. Frank was saying come here on his windscreen. Well, he has come here, hasn't he? The Saint, is he going to go down the inside? Down the inside. And he's gone. Oh, and Hoyland having a massive accident in the background there. I can see cars off in the background. Let's go and see what's happened. Let's pause it. We need to just calm down, panic. Don't panic. Let's see what's happened. It's manic panic. So we have got Hawkeye on Robert Racing, but that's not what was happening. We'd got some carnage here. It was keyboard captain who's tagged Hoyland and sent him into the nether realm. He sent him into Barrier, and I think Rufus just having his own moment there. Let's just watch it from Rufus as well and see what happened to him. We'll get a good view of the battle in front here. So let's go from this camera. So yes, there was contact into the entry to Indianapolis, Hoyland and keyboard captain, and then more. He just shoves him. I don't think it was intentional. It's just 2 cars battling side by side, but I think keyboard captain might be visiting the stewards there, because if you do force another driver off the track, you do have to slow down and give them the position back. And Rufus, it's just too late on the brakes. It's just too late. It runs wide. Such a shame. Robert Racing picking up the place there, and Rufus relegated down into 8th place. Now Robert can see lots of penalties in front here, so he might be thinking, right, I'll take advantage. And I can see, Rufus is off again. Oh no, Rufus. Oh, such an unlucky lap. He's put the car into R mode there, which is in the Porsche reverse. It's not race. And he's got damage. He's going to have to crawl his way back round. Let's go back up though, because we're just in time to see Robert tearing Dan a new one through the Porsche S's. I'm such a professional commentator, aren't I? Robert's got him around the outside. That's going to be a catchphrase, isn't it? It's going to sound a Slim Shady. Round the outside. But that's what he's doing. He's got him, and it was on the hard tyres as well. So I don't think Dan will be having much of that. He'll be saying, no, I'm going to go and get that back off you, mate, because he's on the mediums. And keyboard captain sizing up the Saint here. Is he going to make a dive into the final chicane? He's alongside, isn't he? But he's just going to keep it tidy. Just inadvertently shoving Robert there. Nothing to it though. They both survive. And he's going to have a run now on Saint going down into turn 1. Not often you see cars passing into turn 1. And I've been referring to Dunlop S's as turn 1 actually, because I don't really regard this as much of a corner, but it is actually a corner. Dan is sizing up Saint as well. He's just thinking, can I get past him as soon as? He wants to get as many cars in between him and what's his name, Robert, as he can. We've got keyboard captain giving Frank some company. He's coming here as well, isn't he? He's all over the back of that Nissan GTR. All over him like a rash. He's got a slipstream. Just be patient. You've got 2 very long straights ahead of you now. So just stay in that slipstream. You'll be all right. And that's exactly what Itsumi Dan's doing. He's just followed the Saint And he's got the overlap with the slipstream. He'll be trying to pick up the tow from the car in front. In fact, look at this. Look at this. The Saint is the meat in an Italian sandwich. And as much as I like Italian sandwiches, that's not one I would like to be in. Look at that. He's got a car to the left. He's got a car to the right. In fact, I can't even pick him up here. There we go. I'm trying to pick him up on the camera. So it's just, look at this. Hello. Hello. Let's watch how this plays out. Anyone want to take bets on how this unfolds? We'll rewind it and see how it came about. We have got Izumi Dan sizing him up on the left, and then Robert saying, "You go left, well, I'll go right." It's just like my driving on the motorway. When I see someone in the middle lane, I go to the inside and I just say, "See ya." So he's been overtaken, and is Robert going to actually get back at Dan here? He's got the inside, and the Saint has got the box office seats for this one. And yes, Robert playing the tactics game very well with the draft. He's got the inside. He's hooked it up. Is he going to just run deep? I think. Oh, and I think I just saw, yeah, that's Frank off in the barrier there. He's had a bit of a spinola. Neither of the Ferraris getting a penalty on this lap, which makes a change because I've seen almost everyone getting penalties through the chicane so far. So nice to see him keeping it clean. I'm ripping on everyone, by the way. Yeah, lots of penalties here, and I should just focus on commentating, shouldn't I? Because Dan has just got past Robert again. So I'm going to have to keep a little tally here how many times these two pass each other. That was a great move. Got him and got through the chicane. Again, no penalties. And this time Robert's got a bit of a job to do because he's fallen a little bit behind. Bigger gaps up in front, so Mulsanne quite a way in front, and Tidders is just walking away. We'll give Tidders some screen time towards the end, but he's in clear air at the moment. Keyword Captain going a bit deep there, getting all out of shape. We joined him just at the right time, just to humiliate him live on stream, and he does get a penalty for the pleasure. So sorry, Keyboard, I'm not showing you your best moments there, but I did tell you to give me that fiver, didn't I? And Dan and Robert still battling away. Robert's actually managed to gain back in the tow here, so he's proving to be a tough guy to shake off. And then we've got a bit of a gap back then to Carlsberg. Let's go back down the grid. Ninky, then the Saint, and Frank having his spin. But he's got Hawkeye behind him, who I assume has had some other kind of problems. Rufus recovering. And then Sid, who's just really not having a good evening at all. But I'm sure he'll do better in the next one. There we've got Tidders dominating out in front. He is miles out in front, I'd say at least a couple of seconds. There's Osnard in the background. Keyboard Captain bringing up third. Izumi Dan looking clear, and Robert's got a penalty as well. So this is Dan's chance now. Go and get a car between you and Robert whilst he's got a penalty as well. It's old Ferrari versus new Ferrari here. Which one do you think is going to win? Which one do you think's got the best livery? I like Dan's livery. It reminds me of my own. My Ford GT40 is also blue, white, and red. And he's flashing his lights. That's very naughty, Dan. Please, he probably doesn't know the rule book in URL is very long and boring, and I didn't realise that Alex could actually write, but he's written a long rule book, and flashing your lights is one of the things you're not allowed to do. So very naughty, but we'll pretend we didn't see it. Oops, I accidentally paused there. And we've got people pitting. We've got people pitting already. We are actually on the end of lap 2. This I feel is too soon to be pitting, I'm afraid. We'll see how they do for fuel, but they are going to have to conserve fuel, these guys who are pitting. We've got Carlsberg in the pit, we've got Frank, we've got the Saint, we've got Hawkeye. They're all going into the pits. And, that Patronus fueled car is going to have to make the most of that Patronus fuel. Hey, look, they forgot to put any fuel in. Carlsberg he's been, I think, fueled by hopes and dreams here, because he certainly hasn't put any petrol in the car. He has left the pit lane with an empty tank and struggling there to get the tyres up to temperature as well. Very hard to get the tyres up to temperature out of the pit lane. So yes, Carlsberg is certainly going to have to pit again. We go back up to Asumi Dan, who's not been able to make the most of this opportunity to pass Keyboard Captain. Keyboard holding his own here. He has got a penalty though, so Dan doesn't need to pass, but he probably wants to. Doesn't want to have to wait all the way until the penalty zone at the exit of Arnage. So we'll see what happens here. He's chasing him down. Let's go on board. We'll go from the bonnet camera here. Actually, I'm just going to quickly switch down just to see if anything's happening. No, there's not much happening. So let's just follow this on board. And oh no, he's just got himself a penalty. He's done something that's very easy to do here, which is to run wide through that second part of the chicane there. So now he's got a different dilemma. Now Dan has got to pass Keyboard Captain on track. They've both got the same penalty, so that changes the driver's mentality completely. What's he going to be like under the brakes into the Mulsanne? They are catching. Oh no! Oh no! Keyboard Captain goes wide and he's in the kitty litter. Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Let's watch what happened. And I told you to pay me that $5 and I'll stop showing your embarrassing moments, Captain. But here we go. What's he going to do wrong? So, oh, he's just really too far late on the brakes. He needed to be on the brakes at that kink back there. That is the braking zone. Let's have a look. And yes, you can see. So Dan is on the brakes. I mean, Keyboard Captain is on the brakes here, but this is not where you need to get on the brakes. So he's just going to run deep and then locks the rear axle, trying to get the car turned in. So very unlucky. And that frees up Dan to go after Osnad now. So he's only got one car between him and first place. He might be thinking, can I do it? Can I go last to first? Well, we'll see, Dan. I think you can. So let's see what you've got. And also, let's see where you come out with respect to Rob as well, because reminder, you are still racing Rob, and I bet you Rob is having a great lap behind on his new fresh medium tyres. But we are catching Osnad down here, and we are on for a fastest lap as well, but I think he's going to lose that fastest lap because of the penalty. Ooh, a bit unsteady through there, really struggling. It's a horrible corner. There's so little grip as you turn across that one, and Osnad getting a bit of free air now. Let's see if anyone else is having a battle up and down the grid. So Rob's got a penalty as well. Carlsberg there, still running on hopes and dreams, because he's certainly not got any fuel in that tank. The boys at Petronas must have come up with literally a Patronus, like a magic charm, because there's certainly no fuel in the car. Talking of no fuel in the car, so Robert's definitely got to nurse this car, because it's incredibly slow getting 4 laps of fuel out of these GT3 cars. I have tried it. It is a good second or two a lap slower. So Robert's really going to have to make it count with precision driving, make sure he makes up the time in the corners so that he can make the fuel less. He is short shifting there into 6th gear, I've just noticed that. We've got Saint then down in 9th, being followed closely though by Frank. Frank's not letting him go out of his sights, and Hawkeye's keeping a hawky eye on both of them here. And then we've got Sid, who's just having a bad day. Going back up the field, so everyone else is pitting now, so the pit lanes are very busy. They are jam-packed, strawberry jam to be specific. And we'll just watch. This is what fueling looks like in Gran Turismo. You basically just have people being statues. If any one of those statues moves, then you don't get fuel. So they were standing perfectly still looking at the car as it gets fueled up. Carlsberg up into 3rd place, but it's a very shallow 3rd with no fuel on board. And it'll be playing mind games with Tidders though, because Tidders and Carlsberg had a mighty duel in the first race. So Tidders will now be wondering, oh God, I got Carlsberg behind me. Oh no, not him again. And in that same accent, by the way, he talks exactly the same as me. Dan then is promoted up into third place, but look who's behind him. And the guy behind him is on mediums. Robert Racing, with his alliterative name, is going to be alliterating all over the back of Dan very soon, because he's on the medium tyres and those are faster. But he has got to manage that fuel. So we'll see how it goes. Keyboard Captain recovering after that visit to the gravel, the kitty litter. Oh, and beautiful work from our cameraman again. How can the cameraman run at 165 miles an hour? I don't know. You never do see the moped in the background of the pictures, do you? So let's see if there's any action, and then I can start talking sense. Osnad. So Osnad on the hard tyres now, having a better race, it must be said. He's holding on to that 6th place, having pitted. So wishing him a clean end of the race now. Let's hope that I don't give him the commentator's curse. I'll take a look at Ninky, who's having a very quiet, anonymous race here down in 7th. And who isn't having a quiet, anonymous race is Frank versus Saint. We are picking up just as we see Saint making a move on the inside. Oh, this is tight. This is tight. Is he going to have him? Is he going to have him? And he has got him round the outside, but I could swear I saw a penalty coming the Saint's way there. Yes, the Saint becomes a sinner. He gets himself a half a second penalty, but he won't be worrying about that. He'll be laughing. He'll be going, half a second. Well, Frank, you've got 4 times that amount. So see you, Frank. He's just going to pull away now, as long as he keeps it tidy. Rufus on his recovery drive. He's maybe going to gain a few more places by the end. Let's see. Let's see what pace he's got. Hawkeye keeping up with him, having a very quiet afternoon there in 11th place. And I've left these guys unattended for just a minute, and they're already fighting each other. There are just combinations that really go well. Carlsberg and Tidders in race 1, and Dan and Robert in race 2. These two, I get this feeling that this is going down to the wire between these two, because as soon as one passes the other, they just slipstream each other. They seem to be mirroring each other's penalties quite well as well. It's so frustrating when that happens, when you see someone get a penalty and then you get one and you can't take advantage. Oh, Dan is very wide there. And Robert might... Oh, he's just clipping the barrier. Just clipping the barrier there. And he's a bit wide there as well. Start commentating on his driving. He's moderating the throttle okay though. He knows how to avoid getting a penalty on the exit of that turn. He is saving fuel, short shifting that Ferrari. Let's see what he's like through the SSO. Braking at the right point there at the start of the pit lane entry, and Carlsberg admitting defeat and having to pit. A bit of a slide from Robert, but he's held it. Is Robert using traction control? I can't see. I'd be surprised if if everybody's... what am I saying? I'd be surprised if anyone's got traction control turned off, especially in this Ferrari. Braking at the first total board there, and he just slightly misses that first apex, but he gets a decent exit through the second one. Good driving here from Robert. He's doing all the right things. What's he going to be like through? Big slide from Dan, and he's given away the place cheaply. Robert will just say thank you very much. So interrupting my waffling there. Very neat and tidy through Tete Rouge. But Dan will have the bit between his teeth now. He'll be like, right, I've got to go get him back. Got to go show him who's boss. He's not the boss of me. Keyboard Captain in 4th place with a penalty again. That seems to be a trend. Ninky all by himself here in 5th place, just having a nice quiet afternoon. Osnad still in 6th. And look at this though. Frank has actually got back in touch with the Saint. after that 2-second penalty that he had. So now he's slipstreaming all the way down the straight. I do like to use the chase camera when these slipstream battles, just because you get to see where the cars are, but I will go off board for this one. And he's harassing him into the hairpin, into the chicane. God, I'm getting my words all wrong. I need a dictionary or a thesaurus or something. I need a beer. Anyway, we've got Frank continuing now to follow the Saint down into the second chicane, and I have left Robert and Dan unattended. No doubt they're knocking the 7 bells out of each other. We'll go check up on them in a second just to see what's happening. The Saint just doing enough there to hold off Frank. Is he going to get he is going to get another penalty though. He's made the same mistake again, I'm afraid. He's just pushing too hard. The car can't cope with that level of acceleration through that direction change. So he takes another penalty, and Frank will be licking his lips, going, yes, I will have that. And actually, Frank's going for a move. He's not waiting. He's just like, no, I'm going to have a go here. I'm going to have a go. The cameraman's missing it, but he's just pulled in line there. He's just, and the Saint's going to get another penalty there. He was the wrong side of the curb. Bet you a £5. Yep, there you go. I'll put that £5 in my hand. And they're both catching Osnard. They are both catching Osnard. So let's just see. We're going to jam the controller here to follow Osnard from the front of his car. I see this battle unfolding behind him. So we've got Saint on the inside. He's held the inside quite well there, and I dare say that Frank is just sat there waiting and taking his opportunity. You can see 2 cars in front of him with penalties. So yeah, he's got himself on the outside there, but he's just holding fire, and here we go. Frank takes 1 place. Is he going to take both places? I think so. Yes, he's got Osnard as well. So Osnard down into 7th now. Frank up into 6th place. It is proving to be a solid afternoon's work for Frank. Let's see what else is happening. Well, Rufus is in touch with them now. So all of these penalties, they haven't seen Rufus with many penalties. And is he going to live up to his name as Rufus the Ruthless? Let's find out. He's again harassing. That's going to be my word of the day. Harassing Saint into going. Is Saint going to get another penalty? He did look a bit wide there. He did look a bit wide, but he got away with it this time. I have left Dan and Robert to it, but they appear to just be following each other. They're playing nicely. And actually, Dan having to get first gear on the exit there, that will cost him a little bit. Meanwhile, Tidders is just having a holiday out in front. He's miles in front, but Robert has taken fastest lap as well. So, Robert has denied Tidders his fastest lap. It's a 4:06.884. That is actually pretty close to the lap times we were doing in League 1. So Robert, that is a good benchmark for yourself there. That is not too far off League 1 pace. And Tidders was on a 4:07.2. Tidders can't defend that fastest lap. He's on the hard tyres. Let's see what happened down the grid. So Frank holding on to 6th place, Osnard holding on to 7th, and Rufus just falling back actually. So he was right up Osnard's rear bumper, but he's decided just to hang back for whatever reason. We are on the final lap now. My voice is getting very thin, very hoarse. So let's have a nice cup of tea after this thing. Let's see what's happening. So Robert with a decent gap here to Dan, but look at the fuel difference. Robert is low on fuel, and those tyres are starting to wear as well, so it's not over till it's over. Let's see what Dan can do, and Dan is setting a personal best on these hard tyres. Whenever I set a personal best on hard tyres, I always wonder what I could have done on the mediums. but we'll see what Dan can do on these hard tyres. He's committed to staying in this race. He's not happy with third place. He wants second from Rob. He's got a nice apex there and gained a couple of tenths on Robert here. This could be it. This is going to be the attack. We're going to stay with them. We're not going to go up and down the grid this time. This is the battle for the final podium position. And is it going to go to Robert? Is it going to go to Dan? Let's find out. He's very close here, and he's saying you're going to have to go around the outside. In fact, he's even indicating to say, I'm going to go on the inside, mate. So he does go on the inside, and Dan takes the position. He takes the position, but now Robert could get him back. I don't know who's going to win this. I just don't know. Neither of them have got penalties this time round. Oh, and I've accidentally paused it. Oh, I don't want to fast forward it. Don't want any spoilers. We want to see this one go through to the end. Tell you what, I'm just going to pause it, and I'm just going to go down the grid and see if there's any other battles happening. And if there's not, we can just focus. And yes, it doesn't seem like there's any others. I've just noticed, by the way, this probably happened laps ago, but I think we lost Hoyland. I think he might have given up after that crash. I'm not sure. But I have just noticed it. So sorry, Hoyland, that I didn't notice that. In fact, I think we must have lost someone else as well, because we're down to 11. Can I see who it is? I can't tell. Oh, is it Saint? It is. We've lost the Saint. The Saint has departed and gone back to heaven with all the angels. That's what I imagine. We'll quickly go back and see where Saint went to. Where was he last seen? He was last seen in 7th place. We'll put the missing posters out for Saint. £10 reward if you can find him. Let's just fast forward though and see where he goes missing. And where is he? So he's still here halfway around the lap. In fact, I've maybe just gone back too far. Ah, he pits. And then does he pits, he comes out in 10th place and he quits. And just as we rejoin, Sid the Sloth gains a place actually, but is skidding all over the place. So now we just need to go back to where we were. We were having this brilliant battle. We were over by the exit of Arnage, weren't we? And it was Robert versus Dan, round 8, I believe this is. We'll follow on board from the roof camera on Robert's car, and he's now revving it out. So he must be confident that he can make it to the end with the fuel he's got, because he's no longer short shifting. He's on full attack. He's got the medium tyres on. This is a chance. Let's switch the camera. Let's watch it like it's a proper replay. He can't get up the inside. Dan going very wide there, but it's only really one line through the Porsche curves in these cars. So nothing going on here. It is going to be a last-minute lunge, I think, into the chicane. And it would have to be a brave one. He's deep. He's gone deep into the final left-hander there. So I think this is a done deal. Yes, Dan knows now he just has to bring it home for a 2nd place. From last to 2nd place, what a drive for Dan. Makes you wonder what would have been if he'd have started further up. And Robert getting it all wrong in the final chicane anyway. Tidder's over the line in 1st. Dan over the line in 2nd. Robert, then keyboard captain. We've got Ninky bringing it home in 5th place, with Frank having a better race this time. Solid midfield effort there from Frank. Nicely done. We've got a yellow flag from Sid, who just couldn't find the finish line, unfortunately. Osnad in 8th place. Hawkeye 9th. And Carlsberg could have done better, but forgot to put fuel in the car. At least he gets a 10th place out of it. Some of the other guys who quit. This is why you should never quit. because you can always pick up places, because plenty of people do silly things, including Mr. Carlsberg, who might have been drinking some before the race. So there we go. Totally I'm making fun of everyone. Don't take it personally, guys. I'm just a massive joker. Well done to Tidders, well done to Dan, and well done to Robert. That was a great race. And if you just hold on for 1 second, we are going to read out the results, though. So hang on. I am being told that there is some controversy in the stewards' room, though, about Tidders. So it appears that provisionally Tidders has been awarded the win of the first race, but hasn't been demoted to the back for the second race. So we do need to wait and find out how the stewards are going to make adjustments, whether they're going to change the points from round one. But until we hear otherwise, the point standings are Tidders in first place with 40 points, 2 wins, followed by Robert on 31 points, followed by Keyboard Captain on 26. And then we've got Ninky in fourth on 24, tied with Wild Warthog, but I don't know who that is on the grid, in fifth place. Then we've got Dan in sixth, followed by Rufus, with 21 points. Then 1 point behind him is Frank on 20. We've got Osnad on 16 points. Seb, again, I don't know which person here is Seb on 14. 13 to the Saints. Nath on 11, and Plumber down in 13th on 10 points. But congratulations to everyone. I hope everyone's happy with where they finished. It's not always the case, is it? But I've just noticed, by the way, that Dan did pick up the fastest lap on the final lap as well. So an extra bonus point for Dan for that. What an effort, especially on the hard tyres. I got that wrong because I said that he wouldn't be able to do that, and he proved me wrong. Dan, come join us sometime in League One, because a 4:06.2 on hard tyres is nothing to be shy about. Definitely be bragging about that in the chat afterwards. Anyway, I've been Panic at the Tesco. You haven't been Panic at the Tesco, but you should like and subscribe to this video because it's good manners, and then you'll get all the notifications next time I go and do a live stream of my race next Saturday, and you'll get to watch my amazing replays of next Saturday's race. So I will see you on the next one. Have a good week, and remember to go join Ultimate Racing League. If you're not in Ultimate Racing League, go check us out on Facebook. We are an amazing group, and I'm done plugging myself, and I'm done plugging URL. It's time for me to go and plug my mouth with a beer. So I will see you next week. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Panic at the Tesco saying goodbye.